Now streaming live on Facebook.
Okay, welcome. All righty, welcome to our first meditation session. I'm Alec Ahrens, and without further ado, it's my great pleasure to introduce Linda Marshall, who's going to introduce herself, and I'm going to go back to letting in people in the Zoom room, and we've got people joining us on Facebook. Linda?
Thank you, Alex. So first, let me just say thank you to Rick, Salmon, and Alec, and the phototherapy community for giving me this opportunity to share one of my passions. So I'm Linda Marshall, and I would describe myself as a transformational coach, and I am also a certified through Deepak Chopra's Institute. And the technique that I teach is primordial sound meditation. So you get a little bit of that. The flow that I like to have for these calls, because I want to be respectful of time, is that first I'll spend a couple of minutes setting up the meditation. So we'll talk a little bit about meditation, and then we'll actually go into a meditation and I'll give you a mantra, and then we'll actually meditate. So, being that it's Monday and, it's the start of the week, and I think we would all agree that right now, based on what's going on in our world, it's a pretty stressful time, right? A lot of uncertainty, a lot of things that when we started January of 2020, we could not have imagined that we'd be where we are today. And so the way that we are wired as human beings is you often hear about the fight or flight response. That is something that when we experience extreme danger, our bodies kick into a mode from a physical and mental perspective to keep us safe. The reality is many of us right now might not be running from a saber-toothed tiger or the lion, the bear, but we are living in an environment where we are suffering from low-grade chronic stress. And what that means is our body is responding in real ways as if we were running from the saber-toothed tiger or the lion, or the bear. And so what happens is when you continue to activate this fight or flight response, it begins to sow the seeds of illness. It begins to sow the seeds of despair. People wonder why they're suffering from anxiety and depression. I read an article in the Wall Street Journal that in the past month, the number of prescriptions has increased by 2 million for people who are needing help with anxiety, depression, and even being able to go to sleep. And so you think about it, we think an average of 25,000 to 59,000 thoughts in a day. I think there are days that I got 159,000 going on. So I don't know about you, but think about it. We think a lot. The research shows that 80% of our thoughts are negative. And then 95% of those negative thoughts are repetitive. So we're like in this do loop. We think the same stuff over and over again. We're thinking about the past. We're trying to anticipate the future. And so the amount of time that we spend in the moment, in the now, is limited. So what is wonderful and powerful about this is, you know what? We are the thinker of the thoughts. It's not like the thoughts just jump on us. So to an extent, we have the ability to learn to control the thoughts. And that's what a meditation practice helps you do. It allows you and helps you to still the mind by focusing on an object, be it your breath, it might be a picture, it might be a sound, and I use a mantra. And it's designed to take you out of your thoughts and to still the mind. And the more you still the mind, you begin to go to that place of quiet, that quiet within you. The more you activate that quiet in you, you begin to get connected to your real self, that part of you that's not bound by fear, ego, and worry. And that is where our creativity and all kinds of wonderful things exist. So I've been meditating for 30 years. It has helped me tremendously in my life, and I am passionate about this topic. And am excited to be able to share it with you. When we still our mind, remember, we go beyond our worries and our thoughts. Now, when we meditate, I'm gonna tell you, the mind is hypervigilant. That thought is gonna keep knocking on the door. So that's normal. But the more you practice, you find that you begin to learn how to center. So meditation is not about meditation perfection. It is a meditation practice. And each time you do it, you may have a different experience. So I'm just gonna ask you to play along with me today and just enjoy it. And I'm gonna guide you through each step. So when we start the meditation, we'll just start with breathing. So at that point, I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes, get comfortable. You don't have to cross your legs. You don't have to do anything exotic. Just be comfortable. Put your phone on mute, turn off those alerts for the text messages, and that's what we'll do. Then I'll take you through what we call the 4 soul questions. They're questions that you ask your soul, but you're not actively looking for an answer. You just see what comes up. And then we will go into I am and the mantra. You won't have to worry about the time. Some of you might be on your lunch break, so I'm going to monitor the time for you, and then I will bring you out of the meditation. So with that, let's get comfortable. Close your eyes and just take a few long, deep breaths. Allowing your body to settle wherever you are sitting. And let go of everything that does not concern you right now. In this moment where you're sitting, everything is in order. Everything is perfect. Allowing your breathing to be normal, not controlling it in any way, but be aware of your breath. Just observing it. Then bring your awareness to your heart as if you were breathing in and out of your heart. The inhale and the exhale, the most precious gift we have. And then we'll silently ask ourselves the 4 soul questions. The first is, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And simply shift into being, the presence of being, because that's who you are. Just be. The next question is, what do I want? What do I really, really want? What do I want? And just sit in that question. Not trying to find an answer, not trying to force an answer, just sitting with the question. The third question is, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? The last, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? And sit with that. We'll let go of the questions and begin to repeat, I am, your first name and your last name. And you do this silently. I am, your first name and your last name, and just repeat that. Now drop your last name and repeat, I am, just your first name. I am, just your first name. I am, and just your first name. Now drop the first name and silently repeat, I am, I am, I am. Taking off the layers of identity, I am. And the mantra that we will use is Soham, 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 which is the Sanskrit equivalent of I am. And you'll silently repeat Soham, Soham, Soham. And I will monitor the time and will ring the chime when it's time for you to stop repeating the mantra. It's Soham, Soham, Soham. If you forget the mantra, just focus on the in and out of your breathing. If your thoughts wander, come back to Soham. Distracted by a sound, come back to Soham. Soham, Soham, Soham. And silently repeat. Please keep your eyes closed, but leave the mantra. Rest in awareness. Rest in being. Just rest. Resting in existence, awareness, and being. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Truth, consciousness, and bliss. Resting in existence, awareness, and being. Resting in presence, resting in the I. And as we rest, we will introduce 4 intentions that are known to improve the quality of our lives. So I will pronounce them and you may silently repeat them, releasing them into being. First, a joyful and energetic body. Joyful and energetic body. A joyful and energetic body. A loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. A reflective and alert mind. Reflective and alert mind. Reflective and alert mind. And lastly, a lightness in being. A lightness in being. A lightness in being. Now please bring your palms together in front of your heart center. And just bow with gratitude to your soul. And as we're in this position, let's just send love to the world. Healing to the world. Our collective energy is so powerful. And you could just relax, and when you are ready, you just gradually and gracefully open your eyes and join me back in the room. So I hope that was comfortable for you and that you were able to be still and quiet for a few minutes. Meditation is something we encourage that you practice twice a day. It doesn't have to be long. We recommend 30 minutes twice a day, but if you could do 15 minutes, if you could do 5 minutes, just follow your breath when you find yourself getting worked up by all that's going on around us. And that's the way that we have inner peace, tap into our creativity, and just that higher self that allows us to be our best selves. So with that, I thank you for joining and hope that you'll come back next Monday. So namaste.